This session is going to provide you with information on relevant congressional, federal issues and activities around topics that are very important to Hispanic older adults, their families, and caregivers.
To begin any conversation about financial security, first I just want to acknowledge Social Security is the forefront of that conversation. I know my colleague's going to go into much more detail, but when about half of Latino seniors rely on Social Security for nearly all their income, it's important to recognize that. The administration has a couple ways to address this. The two biggest proposals is first, the automatic IRA. Many workers in the Latino community lack access to a pension, and this seeks to address it. It would be an automatic deduction from your payroll that would go into an IRA savings account and would significantly help the Latino community, which features a lot of low-income workers and people who move jobs a lot. It really helps those by offering them a vehicle to save. The second major administration proposal is the Lifetime Income Disclosure Act, which was introduced with bipartisan support in the Senate. This also came out of the Department of Labor and the Treasury did a joint RFI, request for information, earlier this year, looking at how to help people make their retirement savings last over their lifetime. And this was one of the suggestions. It would not cost a lot of money. It's simply, instead of having a 401k balance, which most people don't really know how that translates over their life, what that means. Is $80,000 enough for retirement? Is $200,000 enough for retirement? It also states that balance in a form of lifetime income. So it's $80,000, or that would be equal to $200 a month, if you purchase an annuity at 65. And this really helps people understand how their savings last. And helps people prepare for retirement. Another extremely important topic for this administration is the Older Americans Act, and that's where most of the services are funded. That is scheduled to be reauthorized later, next year. The Department of Labor and the Administration on Aging have already begun having town halls and listening sessions across the country. A large part of the Older Americans Act is the CSEP job training program, which is specifically aimed at low-income seniors. And this is of particular benefit to the Latino community as well. A lot of Latinos work in physically demanding jobs, and this helps provide training for seniors that need to work on their skill set, and it places them into a path of employment which is very badly needed.
We really consider this reauthorization to be a significant one. And we launched a very comprehensive process to ensure that we within the administration were truly representing the interest of senior citizens across the country, administrators in aging programs, and family members. And so we talked about and launched a series of listening sessions, as Jeff referenced, across the country, and we received an incredible response. Kathy Greenlee, who came from Kansas and worked in these programs, knows firsthand the importance and significance of these programs. And what we are trying to do with our reauthorization proposals is to simply continue to support that and further build the capacity of the network. Within the aging network, we know of the demographics of aging. In this conference and in all the materials, we know of the demographics of the Hispanic population in this country, the fastest growing minority group. And we know that we're not far away from when seniors will outnumber other groups. In fact, globally, throughout the world, we are about at the point where older people will outnumber children for the first time in the history of the world. That presents a huge public policy challenge for us. But it means that we need to be attentive now, we need to be sensitive now, we need to be responsible now in building our programs, shoring them up. They've done a tremendous job over the last 45 years on a shoestring. It's time for us to continue to invest in these programs, give them greater ability to enhance their capacity, enhance their effectiveness, so that they can serve not only today's seniors in a culturally competent way, but tomorrow's seniors and tomorrow's population who will need long-term care services and supports.